Welcome to Plazko.com. I'm Bonnie Clewans, and today I'm going to show you how to create an easy wire-wrapped earring. Wire wrapping is really popular, and you can make some wonderful things by using sterling silver wire or gold-filled wire, depending on the beads which you are choosing. For our project today, we are using Biwa pearls. We are using a head pin, approximately 1 foot of sterling silver wire. This is 24 gauge half hard. And then we will be adding our 4mm crystal bicones for interest. To start, I like to start at one end, obviously, because we need to get a place where we can have some resistance. When you're working with wire and doing wire wrapping, it's important that the product you're using underneath is durable. And Biwa pearls are hard, so this would be a good choice. I'm going to start by creating the first wire wrapped loop. And what that loop is going to do for me is give me a starting and stopping point. So that way, when I finish going down through my earring, then I come back up and do my wire wrapping. Before I get started with that, I'm going to fabricate my first little drop that's at the bottom of the earring, since that way I'm ready to go when I have my wire wrap started. Starting with a 24 gauge half hard sterling head pin, adding my 4mm crystal, bend my wrist away, pull the wire over towards me, and I'm going to complete that wrap going down towards the crystal. Now I'm ready to cut using a flush cutter down onto my work surface. And then I'm just going to finish by tucking in that little end that I trimmed off with my crimping pliers. So now I have a nice, smooth, finished drop. I've got a foot of wire here, half hard sterling silver wire. I'm going to create my first loop. Same process, pulling the wire over and then gently wrapping around 3 times. Trim with my flush cutter, cutting down onto the work surface. Then I will add my first crystal. My Biwa pearl, and now I am at the bottom of my pearl. I add another crystal, and I'm going to make my wire wrap loop and attach my crystal drop. Bend my wrist over, pull the wire towards me, add my drop, using my round nose pliers, securing that loop, and wrap it around. And now instead of cutting my wire, I hold on to that crystal so that it is pushed down close to where I did my wire wrap, and I wrap around underneath to secure that crystal at the base. Then I very carefully wrap my wire around my pearl and add another crystal. I hold that crystal in place, take it around, and then underneath, right underneath that first crystal. And I have wrapped that around at least twice. Give it a little bit more of a twist to ensure it stays in place, using my flush cutter. Trim that off. And now I have to make these little chinks in my wire. And what that does is it's going to hold the crystal in place and have that wire fit snugly along the pearl so that I don't see really any space between the pearl and the wire. Using my round nose tool, I grasp just above the crystal, holding that crystal in place, and gently twist the wire, and repeat the process in the opposite direction. Then I move down, and again you want to move that wire so that you see your space, and you give it a little twist. And then coming up to the top, I give it another twist. Now I'm ready to add my ear wire, and I'm using a machine round wire. I very gently torque, moving front to back, open that loop and add my bead. And now I repeat the process in reverse, closing that loop, and here we go. We have a wire-wrapped pearl with crystals. If you have any questions about this project or any others, please contact us at DIY@Plazko.com.